Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel for the weekly weigh-in where I walk you through my week on Weight Watchers. Today is Friday, November 3rd, 2017, and this is weekly weigh-in number 9. Let's jump right in to the results from this past week. As you guys know, if you watched last week's weekly weigh-in, which I will link right up there for you in case you missed it, I was performing a little bit of an experiment this week. Last week, I ate regularly under my amount of 30 smart points per day, and I was expecting a much larger loss than what I had. So this past week, I decided that I was going to intentionally eat more of my smart points, all of my 30 smart points, and then dive into weeklies on a regular basis and see what the results were, and the results are in. First, let's take a look at my points breakdown for the week, and then we will get into a little bit more detail. Friday, 26, and I don't know how that happened. I feel like I mistracked something because I could have sworn that on the day I said I was going to meet my 30 points, I met my 30 points, but there's a small chance that I just wasn't hungry and didn't eat up to my 30 points. But don't worry, I take care of that the rest of the week. Saturday, 58 points. We'll come back to that. Sunday, 30. Monday, 38. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday were all a flat 30 smart points. So, as you can see based on those numbers, I managed to annihilate most of my weeklies in one day. One day. And that was date night, which was Saturday night where my husband and I went to Bonefish Grill and had an amazing dinner. And I ordered something off of their seasonal menu. I ordered the swordfish with pumpkin ravioli and feta cheese, and oh my gosh, it was divine. It was so good. And we started, of course, with the appetizer of the Bang Bang shrimp, which is like the most friggin' amazing thing on the face of this planet. Last time we ate at Bonefish, I searched for those and found that an entire order of Bang Bang shrimp was 27 points and half of the order was 13. So I knew right off the bat that I was going in with a 13 smart point appetizer. I didn't worry too much about my dinner though, because during that day, I had had a whopping 2 smart points for breakfast and 5 smart points for lunch. So I had 23 smart points to work with walking into the restaurant, knowing full well that I also had a full thing of weeklies. What I did not know is exactly how many smart points the item that I decided to order was. At first glance, I went in my tracker and I was like, let me see if I can find this. And I couldn't. I just searched like swordfish and nothing came up that was more than just like a fillet of swordfish, which is a reasonable amount of points because it's just fish, right? I ordered my dinner. I loved it. Oh my gosh, you guys, it was so stinking good. Really, truly so good. I've never had pumpkin ravioli, for as obsessed with pumpkin as I am. Never had it. Totally worth it. And the feta cheese and the, oh, it was so good. So I searched under Bonefish just for fun. I punched in pumpkin ravioli after I had finished eating, mind you. And sure enough, the dish that I had eaten popped up and was 38 smart points. Would I have ordered it if I knew it was going to be 38 smart points in conjunction with the 13 smart points I knew I was going to eat for an appetizer? I don't know. But at the end of the day, I ate it, I loved it, and I tracked it. Our dinner, they had this little like date night for 2 menu where you got the Bang Bang shrimp, 2 of the entrees that were listed, which were the seasonal entrees, and your choice of dessert for one price, which was a really, really great deal. And so we also had the brownie for dessert that we had split, and I didn't even track that. So I actually ate over the 51 points that I had tracked. And I was like, you know what? Okay. Yeah, I said I was going to eat more of my weeklies. I didn't plan on annihilating them all in a day, but there it went. So that was Saturday. Monday, I went to Panera with a friend, and then I also was I was perfectly on track. It was great. Everything was on track. I think I had 13 points in Panera, and then I got home from our adventure and I was having a ravenously hungry day. Mind you, as you guys remember from last week, I was also expecting hormonal havoc for women problems this month or this past week, and the hormonal havoc did not happen. To my shock and pleasure, it did not happen. So everything showed up as it was expected early, which I was like, oh, okay, but maybe this means no PMS. Great, lovely, moving on. And I just kind of went with it. But on Monday, I was ravenously hungry, like so much so I got out of bed and had toast with sugar-free jam on it after I had gone to bed, because I would just like, you could feel it, you know that feeling you can feel the hunger in your stomach and it's not gonna go away, and I knew I wasn't gonna fall asleep. And that was after I had already had a dessert that I wasn't planning on having, which was 2 cake bars, which was 11 points. Again, I was like, oh, I shouldn't have done that, but I tracked it. It was good. It was all good. And then what else? On Tuesday, which you guys know was Halloween, let me know in the comments below how you did on Halloween. I, on the one hand, did not do bad at all. I had plenty of points left for the day, and so I treated myself to my favorite thing, which is a poke bowl from Mariano's. For dinner, I went over to my parents' house, and the candy there that they had out wasn't really all that exciting to me, which has never happened to me before. And I don't know if it had stuff that I was like, yeah, I could eat that, but I wasn't so overcome with the desire to eat the candy that I went for it. I had 2 fun-sized Twix bars, and that was it. And then at Mariano's, I also found I happened to walk by a single serving of a delicious looking salted caramel brownie from their bakery, and I said, you know what? This is my Halloween treat. I grabbed the brownie. I didn't know how to track the brownie. I had 11 points left after my dinner, so I just wiped it and declared it a straight 30. Yes, declared it a straight 30, decided it was done. Wasn't quite sure how to track that particular brownie because there was no nutrition information. And sometimes Mariano's stuff has nutrition information on it and sometimes it does not. So that was that. Wednesday, I nailed 30 smart points on the nose, and that was with an entire bag of M&Ms, which was 12 points. So in reality, I really only ate half of my day, and then I was like, oh my gosh, it's 8:30 p.m. and I have enough to eat this bag of M&Ms. Pro tip, if you like M&Ms, try microwaving them. They are outstanding because they get all melty on the inside, but the shell still stays intact. You will not regret it. I microwaved them for 45 seconds to a minute, so that was like my super indulgent treat, and I was still perfectly on plan, and that just made me so happy. So that was my week in Smart Points. I clearly went over and consumed all of my weeklies and a little bit of my Fit Points, and that's totally fine. I earned 83 Fit Points this past week, and the results are as follows. With my not eating all that much last week, my loss was only half a pound, which was really depressing because I was expecting more like 1.5 pounds. My weight loss this week, I weighed in at 163.4. Last week I was 164.4, so I lost an entire pound eating probably twice as much in terms of points as I did last week. So there's the results for that. And side note, just for fun, I hopped on the scale yesterday too because I like to kind of prepare myself mentally for the weigh-in that's coming on Friday, so I just wanted to see where I was at. Yesterday I weighed in at 162.8. So somewhere in there, I put on a little bit of weight that I wasn't able to work back off by weigh-in this morning. So in actuality, I lost a little bit more, but today that number happened to be a straight 1 pound. So the results are in, and it turns out I get better results eating more Smart Points than less Smart Points. And you know what? That is a win for me in my book. Let me know. I've been getting feedback from you guys. Let me know what your body does. Are you somebody that has to stay perfectly within your 30 Smart Points per day or whatever your Smart Point daily budget is, and you lose more, and if you go over, does your weight loss stall out? Or do you find that you get better results if you go over your regular daily Smart Points and actually use those weeklies? For me, what I learned this week is using my weeklies, and what I learned. I've known this for a while, but this week verified for me that my body benefits greatly from using my weeklies, and it is probably because I also have fitness goals and step goals, and I get activity in during the week, and my body needs those extra points to fuel my body. Imagine that. For me, going over 30 Smart Points is not only just something I can do if I need to, but it appears to be something I should be doing, which is a fantastic thing for me. For the upcoming week, I have absolutely no weirdness, no appointments, no dates, no nothing that should throw me off. We might go out for dinner tomorrow night, as that kind of tends to be our thing for Saturday, but because we have plans, it's probably not going to be anywhere crazy. Maybe we'll go to Chipotle. I already know what my Chipotle is for me, 16 Smart Points. So nothing goofy is going to be on the docket this week, so I should have a pretty steady week. Hopefully everything goes smoothly, and we will see what the results are next week. My plan is I'm going to be doing weekly weigh-ins until I leave for my vacation, which is on in the middle of November. I think I got 2 more, maybe 3 more weekly weigh-ins until we leave. And then I don't know if I'll be doing weekly weigh-ins until I get back, which is going to be super interesting. But my goal, my hope, my prayer, just maybe, is to be in the 150s by that final weigh-in for you guys for the month of November / maybe the year. I don't know. And that is 3.4 pounds away. So it's just over 1 pound a week. Just over. Cross your fingers for me. Let's see if we can do this. So that's everything for this week's weekly weigh-in. Let me know how you did this week. Did you have any successes? Did you have any non-scale victories? I can't think of any non-scale victories for me this week other than not eating all the candy on Halloween. That actually was a non-scale victory, so alas, I have one this week as well. Let me know what your struggles and successes were this week in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!